Good morning. We are looking at tough travel out there, and it's a big day today. So, both Brutus and I are keeping a close eye on things. And Summer's also in to help out with tracking this weather here. So, team coverage of the blizzard conditions. So, just want to keep in mind if you must travel, we're looking at intense wind, blowing snow. We want you to use caution on those roadways. And we want to check in on the latest going on here across both North Dakota and Minnesota. Let's check the North Dakota DOT map. We've seen more areas on the map start to show purple on the roads. And what that means is those roads and highways are becoming snow covered. Here's a live view of that. I-29 just south of Fargo all the way to the border. We've got scattered snow to some continuous snow on the road. Highway 2, I-94 between just west of Jamestown to Fargo as well, and then all those highways in between snow covered at this point in time. In Minnesota, we're seeing similar conditions develop. The system kind of rolling its way from west to east, so that may take a little bit before we see that snow become or roads become snow covered in some of those spots. A lot going on this map, but the key thing to look at are those roads and the color coding on there. Where you see blue in northern Minnesota or the pink, that's what we're talking about, some either partially covered or completely covered roads with snow there. So that's happening now in the northern part of the state as well. So not ideal here to start off the day. A look around on some of our DOT cams. You could see in the tri-level in Fargo, we've really watched our visibility drop quite a bit. We're looking eastbound toward I-94, and it's not very easy to see much beyond. And same thing in East Grand Forks and Grand Forks along Highway 2. You can see the snow coming to the camera there on the bottom left-hand side. Binford in east central North Dakota, snow blowing by the camera, and up in Pembina. The snow's winding down there, but we've got a lot of snow up in Canada that's really fluffy, and that wind is so intense, it's lofting it and it's bringing it right down the valley, and it's going to continue to cause ground blizzard conditions in some of these areas, even though, as you see on the radar here, it's not looking as snowy in those places at this point in time. So we're just really feeling the impacts of that wind, regardless of whether you have snow overhead or not. But you can see the main band here from Lake of the Woods down through southeastern North Dakota. Fargo's in one of those bands again, where we're looking at some darker blue here. This is where we have some of those streaks, or these areas where we're looking at banding going on. Another one just north and west of Ada here that I'm pointing out. And then back over to Valley City, we've been watching one there too. Grand Forks right on the edge of the snow at this point in time. So hopefully your visibility is getting a little bit better. But southeastern North Dakota, again, another pocket of deeper blue indicating some heavier snowfall rates happening there. Combine that with this. Wind gusts into the 50s, a 53-mile-per-hour gust in Fargo at the airport, Sisseton 53, Grand Forks we're talking 45. We could see gusts topping 60 miles per hour, and your visibility is plummeting in spots. Fargo down to a quarter mile. It's getting a little better in Grand Forks, but notice up in Cavalier, we weren't seeing any snow coming down there, but our visibility is at a quarter mile there too because of the ground drifting happening. Foston just dropped to a half mile here in that area. A look at your temperatures. They're also sliding pretty quickly as that colder air rushes in. It's only 1 in Langdon, 20s to the southeast still, and those wind chills coming down too. So here's a look at our wind chill planner here for today. Expect to see these numbers really getting low into tonight. Here's a look at the noon hour. This is what we really want to be focused on for those dangerous wind chills. We're talking wind chills getting into the 20s below to 30 below in the afternoon, and then continuing into tonight. We'll watch as wind chills dropping into the 20s and 30s below, maybe even getting as low as 40 below as we head into tomorrow morning. So it's going to be really tough, even as the wind starts to ease up here for today. Taking a look at your snowfall potential. This is in addition to what we've already seen, and you can tell when we were looking at the radar that there's a lot yet to move through Minnesota, and that's where we're looking at some snowfall totals up to about 6 inches. Of course, this may be impossible to measure as this rolls through because of that wind. Eventually it winds down, but we're looking at a cold Christmas Eve, dangerous cold. Make sure you're ready for that. You've got your full winter weather gear, your full winter survival kit in your vehicle if you have to travel, but probably better just to stay home here today. And we're going to take a look at your hour-by-hour planner, when the timing of this will start up for some of us, and for those who have been dealing with it for a while, when it'll stop as well. All that coming up in just a couple of minutes.
A lot to go over. Thanks for keeping on top of it, Lisa. Let's wake up our